guys, what's up? It's been a while since I did a video, but I figure I might as well bust it back out for WWE Battlegrounds coming up this Sunday. And it's going to be interesting because it's going to be one of those pay-per-views that it didn't matter because it's a B pay-per-view. Nobody cares about them in the first place. And especially, I guess, WWE this month, because this card is beyond boring. There's really nothing here that would entice me to watch it outside of, the fact I have nothing better to do with my life. So I got the list down here. That's why I got this glow going on right here. Kickoff show. So the first match is Cameron versus Naomi. The Funkadactyls have broken up. And I guess this is something that's carrying over from Total Divas. Like, these two girls don't like each other on that. Total Divas is the E show, where it's like the reality show of the WWE Divas. And now they've been bringing it in there, but now they're doing it more in, I don't care. Both these women are just, like, they both have the same character. They're the black chicks that dance when they walk out. So I don't know how I'm supposed to root for one or the other, except for one is a mean one and one is not. So when it comes to that, Naomi's actually a pretty good wrestler. She's legitimately got skills in the ring, and Cameron's favorite wrestler is Alicia Fox. So yeah, just so they can keep this feud going, I'm assuming that Cameron's gonna win. Naomi's gonna get the win back next month, and blah blah blah, just to keep the feud going and give them some. Next up, we got Russia versus USA in Rusev versus Jack Swagger. I'm actually kind of interested in this match because the idea of Jack Swagger, this guy who's not been a face yet, who is now this, he's getting because he's a racist, essentially, like get him back over the border and stuff like that, and all these guys are illegals. Say hi. This is Louis. And now he's coming out to defend America's honor against Rusev, who is, walks out every night with his manager Lana, and they say how great Vladimir Putin is, and just how America's stupid and getting fat and lazy. So here comes Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. Zeb Coulter is just, if you've never seen him before, you should. Here's a picture of him. I mean, look at that face. He looks like Yosemite Sam. He's awesome. And he's his mouthpiece, because Jack Swagger isn't good at talking. So, coming out to defend America against the evil Vladimir Putin taunting Lana is Zeb Coulter, who starts saying, "Oh, well, we have, you think your leader's so great. We have Barack Obama," which got the crowd to boo him. So that was pretty funny. I feel like they knew that was going to happen, and they just went with it anyway. So I'm really looking forward to this match. It's really going to be cool. I'm expecting, actually, this kind of a screwy finish to where they can keep going with the feud. At least I hope that's what they're going for. Because I don't think Rusev is going down this early. But I think it's going to be something like maybe Swagger passes out in the accolade, which is Rusev's camel clutch, where he crushes you and makes him look like a badass, and maybe tries to attack him more after the match, and Swagger puts him in the ankle lock, and nothing's resolved, so they have to go into SummerSlam with another match, maybe some kind of flag on a pole match or something stupid like that. I don't know, something to keep this feud going, because it's actually kind of interesting. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Next up, we might have Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. Which, if you would have told me before Chris Jericho came back that this was going to be a rather boring feud, I wouldn't have believed you. But they've kind of pushed this feud a little too quick. I mean, Jericho came back 2 weeks ago, and now they're already having Bray Wyatt face him. I really feel like this could have benefited from having maybe Chris Jericho face The Miz, like they were kind of setting it up. for this pay-per-view, and then have him move on to face Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam, where he could get a gooder go to SummerSlam where he could get a better rub off of someone like Chris Jericho. Because right now, Chris Jericho is just the guy that comes back every couple months to, make some of the newer talent look good, which is a good thing. Like, that's a really good reason to have someone come back instead of, having someone like The Rock, where all he's really doing is just drawing you in more money and not just being The Rock, as opposed to, getting more talent that you have today over to where you can make more money in the future. So I like what Chris Jericho is going for, but the problem is you have Bray Wyatt, who, like I said in my last video, literally buried at, what was it? Where he was buried at Payback. And we have Chris Jericho, who, we only assume is going to be putting this guy over. So where's the tension? I mean, all we know is that it's going to be a good match, which, that's good enough for some people, but without the investment, good matches can only bring you so far. But I can't imagine Bray Wyatt losing here. If he does, then that's just going to grind his momentum even further to a halt. So thinking Chris Jericho comes out of this somehow, some way. Not Chris Jericho, I'm sorry. Assuming Bray Wyatt comes out of here, might just straight up beat him, and it should lead to a SummerSlam match between the two, but I don't really see how, unless just Chris Jericho decides he's not had enough punishment, because this dude's been getting the shit kicked out of him by him and the Wyatts. So I guess we'll see there, but again, just another match where I'm not really that interested. Speaking of uninterested matches, we have the Usos versus the Wyatts. Again, I'm pretty sure this feud's been going on for 4 months now. And literally every single week we see this match. It's a good match, but we see the same match every week with no change up, except for this week we finally had something different happen, and that was the Wyatts jumped the Usos before the match, and they just beat them down. So yeah, that's going to build the feud a little bit better, but too little too late. Like, it's just going to be Wyatts versus Usos. But I couldn't give two shits. It's just another match by them. I'm probably going to see it on Raw again. So, why would I buy this pay-per-view to see this? I really don't know where WWE is going with the feud. I don't know if they're going to give the Wyatts a run with the belts. I hope they give them a run with the belts, because I would love to have Goldust and Stardust versus the Wyatts. Oh my god, that would be the most bizarre, awesome thing of all time. Please do that. So yeah, Usos, please just take the fall here. I want to have that feud go. I'll see you on Monday when you guys have your return match. Now we have Paige versus AJ Lee. AJ Lee, who just came back, and she has won the WWE Championship, or WWE Women's Championship, from Paige in the same manner that Paige won it from her. How interesting. Problem is, only AJ Lee has a character, whereas Paige is just the British chick who screams. And I like Paige, I really do. I liked her character on NXT, but that's when she had a character. Then she moved up to WWE, and they were like, oh, it's the pale diva. That's her gimmick. That's all she is. And I'm assuming that AJ's going to walk out with the title here, and Paige is going to turn fully heel, and we're going to see another match at SummerSlam. And I'm assuming both matches are going to be really good. So next we have the Intercontinental Championship Battle Royale with 20 men. And without going into all, we have my top contenders to win, which would be Cesaro, The Miz, and Sheamus. Those are the only three I really think could possibly come out with this. Miz just got back, and he actually got a win over Sheamus, which is bizarre because I didn't think The Miz was capable of winning matches anymore, but proved me wrong. So they might be setting up for him to feud with get the belt, maybe feud with Barrett when he comes back, which would be really cool if Barrett turns face, because people already are chanting, "I got bad news for you," with him, so why not turn him face? Speaking of turning people face, we could have Cesaro, who's finally split off of Paul Heyman, which I can't believe how poorly they handled having Cesaro go with Paul Heyman. I mean, it could have worked. Everybody was cheering for him. Everyone's chanting swing. Everybody wants to be behind this guy, and you put him with the guy who is supposed to be universally loathed in Paul Heyman. And I just don't understand the logic of wanting to put this guy who is obviously over as a babyface into a position to be booed as a heel, going so far as to stop swinging people intentionally just to get that reaction. I don't understand that at all. And then the last possibility is Sheamus. One reason I really think he could walk out of here with the belt is if they want to go ahead and stop pretending that either one of the titles matter, so might as well just make one title that they can at least try to focus on. Maybe. But I doubt they'll even give that much courtesy. So I pick one of those three. Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, and everybody already wants to see this match. It's gonna be great. I mean, you got Dean Ambrose, who just got like a merciless beatdown on Raw. Gets slammed into like the wall, gets his face bounced off the wall like 6 times. Has people just stomping on him, people slamming him down onto like moving containers, and then has like blood dripping out of his face, and he just looks up at him and goes like, "That all you got?" It's just, what a badass. This is the same dude that like routinely will, oh man, my arm's out of socket, and just like start slamming it, trying to put it back in. He got like drug out of the last Money in the Bank match because he landed on his shoulder wrong, and he comes running back in because he's crazy. And yeah, I want to see this match because between him and then you got Seth Rollins, who does all the flips and the kicks and the awesome stuff, it's gonna be good. It's just gonna be a great match. These two have a lot of chemistry. They were in the Shield together. They put on awesome matches in FCW. So yeah, it's gonna be a good match. I'm definitely seeing Seth Rollins come out of here, which is kind of, well, I can see it going either way, but I'm predicting Seth Rollins to go over, keep some of his momentum moving. But Dean needs a win sometime. I mean, I don't think since the Shield broke up, I don't know if he's won a single match. I don't watch SmackDown, so I could be mistaken, but I haven't seen him win yet. And then we come to the main event. John Cena wins. Goodbye. Alright. So I guess I have to kind of give my thoughts on the match. I mean, that's kind of my thought. This is just a thrown together match to try to kill time before they get Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at SummerSlam. So, bleh. And I can't believe they're trying to. It just baffles me that this is the match they're going with. I mean, they've already had a fight. The first match Brock Lesnar came back to WWE was against John Cena for so long. And they already had him. They're literally locked in. I know the first match Brock Lesnar came back to WWE was against John Cena, which is cool. I like wrestling, obviously. I know they're video about wrestling. Seem like a credible threat. Once you see the 6 months, tonight enough commitment, and you're just gonna see that. One of your main selling points as a pay-per-view are coming up on a point where you need to have people resubscribe and have people resubscribe. You're not telling me anything that your product got problems. So that if I'm not even getting the number that you're wanting, this 1 million mark, and then you decide to put the belt on one of your least. You see how uninterested in this match I am? I'm already talking about SummerSlam. I don't you see the problem here? I don't understand that. You guys are not shelling out, not even watching the Royal Rumble. Yeah, it's a good deal and all that stuff, but. WrestleMania. They were pushing it so hard last week. They gave a free trial, and I watched it. I used it. It was awesome. yeah, I just kind of cut myself off from this giant tangent. You saved yourself. I saved you guys. Because no one wants to hear people bitch about wrestling. There's plenty of that on YouTube already. I'll just say that Roman Reigns is going to beat a whole bunch of people up. Cena's going to get knocked out in the first 3 seconds of the match. Then miraculously come back and beat the odds. Because the odds are so against Cena. He's a 15-time champion. And yet we're supposed to think the odds are ever going to be against him? If, like, the New England Patriots came to the Super Bowl for the 16th year straight, would they be the underdogs? No. That's not how logic works. Come on. He's not the underdog. He's never going to be the underdog. One way he's going to be an underdog if he's in, like, a firing squad match where he's tied to a pole and people have to try to shoot at him and kill him. I might be against him at that point. But even then, I think he might no-sell those bullets. My point is, there's no way that you can try to sell me this match as a main event for something that I want to watch. I don't think Cena's going to lose to any of these people, even though if you want to know why people aren't subscribing to your network, it's because this is how I feel about your upcoming pay-per-view.